Support.
The maestro, please!
Interesting week. We have things to talk about, but I don't think any of them are technically new. This'll be for the week of
April 24th. 2021.
On this day in music back in 2016, Lemonade, Beyoncé's 6th solo studio album, would be released along with a 60-minute film of the same name. It would go on to become Beyoncé's most critically acclaimed album. Promises is still up there, got knocked down to number 2 by the Piano Guys' 10, which we've talked about before, but it's still up there.
Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
The legendary jazz album Moanin, released originally back in 1959. I would say this is a rechart, but the album's release actually predates the jazz albums chart. Regardless, it's up here now because they released the Blue Note Classic Vinyl Edition, which is an all-analog master by Kevin Gray, made from the original master tapes.
Singing,
I love rock and roll!
You know, in all 50 places on the rock albums chart, there is only one newly charting album at number 22, Cheap Trick's In Another World. Must have been a slow week for rock.
It's bigger than hip-hop, hip-hop. Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here.
we could belong together. We could belong together.
So this is back up here because DJ White Shadow, one of the producers on the album, did an April Fool's joke where he teased the song T, which was a throwaway, supposedly, off of the original album. This renewed a lot of interest in the album and has made actually a large push behind asking Lady Gaga to release a second volume of Art Pop. Obviously, Lady Gaga has noticed and has acknowledged said movement, so who knows, we might get a second volume of Art Pop.
And now I need some help from the maestro, please!
Bring my soul flies. Bring my soul flies. Bring my soul.
Careful when researching this album, make sure you're looking at the correct SoulFly. There is also an American metal band known as SoulFly, who released an album also called SoulFly.
I think I'm gonna stay right here tonight, 'cause that could be dangerous. 'Cause that could be dangerous.
Yep, still here.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh yeah, shit. I get my weed from California. That's that shit. I took my chick up to the north.
If you really liked this album, you should watch the documentary Justin Bieber Next Chapter, which focuses on Bieber's life in quarantine and while he was recording this album.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here.
You take my hand and drag me head first, fearless, and I don't know why.
So this has gotten a lot of press. This is Taylor Swift's way of getting back her masters by re-recording her first 6 albums. So you're gonna hear pretty much the exact same thing that you heard on the Platinum edition of Taylor Swift's Fearless, but there are a number of tracks that are from the vault that weren't originally on Fearless, and the 2010 soundtrack single Today Was a Fairy Tale. Now again, it's gonna be pretty much identical, but if you have a very sharp ear, you'll hear some slight differences in Taylor Swift's vocals, as obviously she's older, and you'll hear some crisper production. So yes, none of these are technically completely new, but it's still stuff to listen to.
And now I need some help from the maestro, please. Maestro.